Good day, Delaware National Guard, and welcome to the January 2016 edition of the DNG News.
Happy New Year. Hopefully you had a wonderful holiday season with family and friends. Nate and I are here behind the scenes at the award show where General Vavala will soon be taking the stage.
Wendy, we sure didn't need any hot toddies concerning the heat wave we had throughout the entire month of December.
I'll say, Nate, it's finally cooled off a bit. Even though the weather has cooled off, our soldiers and airmen certainly have not. December was filled with awards and so much holiday cheer, I could hardly stand it.
That's right, Wandy. The big guy himself stopped by the annual kids' holiday party with gifts for everybody. Here's what some of the children in attendance thought about the event.
It is Christmas party.
I'm here for only because today is a special day about family, and since today is about family, you get to spend time with your family and enjoy.
To see Santa. Eat some food.
Well, I'm here for this holiday thing with my family and my friends. For example, Layla, so yeah, Brian.
Say Merry Christmas. There's pictures with Santa. The kids get free toys. You can make dough with Mrs. Claus, and you can make crafts, and you eat too. There were arts and crafts. I got to visit Santa.
I created a snowman, and when I created the snow, and then I created my name on there.
I think use pictures with Santa. Seeing Santa Claus. That we got to see Santa. Pictures on Santa Claus. See Santa. How to eat. Eating.
My favorite thing to do today was play with Owen.
Merry Christmas.
And just talk to
Oh, this is the worst thing ever.
Kids say the darndest things.
Don't they?
Santa kept busy, stopping by the Newcastle Air National Guard base to pose for pictures with airmen and their families. As usual, the big guy was a hit, and there was a record turnout.
In other record-breaking news, Wendy, the 287th Army Band performed 2 concerts in December, the first at the Grand Hotel and the second at Dover Downs. Take a look at this video montage of the concerts.
I don't know about you, Nate, but I think these concerts were the best ones ever.
Well, Wendy, you know what else was the best one ever? Our War on Hunger donation record. General Vavala set the goal at the beginning of the year at 20,000 pounds of food donations, and we beat it by over 15,000 pounds. Can you believe it? It's incredible.
Incredible.
Thanks to all of the men and women of the Delaware National Guard and their friends and family, and those of the Naval Reserves.
Well, Nate, it looks like it's about that time
He's taking the
that
stage.
General Vavel is going to be taking the stage to give out a couple of awards.
Happy New Year, Delaware National Guard. And thank you for attending this month's edition of the DNG News for 2016. This is our version of the Oscars. And the Major General George K. Hastings Training Excellence Award goes to the envelope, please. The 1049th Transportation Company. And the Captain Robert Kirkwood Award goes to Captain Michael Malloy, 198th Expeditionary Signal Battalion, Alpha Company Commander. Congratulations to the unit and our outstanding commander. Before I conclude my award show, I just want to say thank you for a great 2015. While we had some downs, we had plenty of ups, and we couldn't have those ups if it wasn't for all of you. Thanks again for all the great things you do for our communities, our state, and our nation, and I look forward to all the great things to come in 2016. It is my honor and privilege to serve with all you great members of our Delaware National Guard.
Thank you, General Vavel. That's all the news we have for this month. Before we go, are we going to talk about that thing on your face?
Nope. Stay tuned to enjoy the 2015 year in review, and we'll see you next month.
The year 2015 was an incredible year of accomplishments for the Delaware National Guard. The Army Guard saw far less deployments, while the Air Guard deployed everyone from 1 stripers to a 1-star. One thing that stayed constant was the Delaware National Guard supporting federal and state missions. Whether it was snow in Delaware or the heat of Southwest Asia, the Guard was there. Proof that we continue to be a ready, reliable, and relevant force.
We started the year as we always do, bringing your leaders together for the annual Senior Leaders Conference. This year we had question and answer sessions on the state of the Guard with Lieutenant General Retired Stephen Blum, the former Chief of the National Guard Bureau, and Lieutenant General Retired Bud Wyatt, former Director of the Air National Guard.
During the Senior Leaders Conference, the Joint Force Headquarters Detachment received the Major General George K. Hastings Award, and the 166th Communications Flight received the Lieutenant General Clarence E. Atkinson Award.
For their devotion to the Delaware National Guard and outstanding leadership, Specialist James Boyer and Senior Airman William Paskey received the Colonel S.B.I. Duncan Leadership Award.
The beginning of the year saw the first round of the Air National Guard's AEF rotation, with airmen returning and departing. It was also the largest statewide exercise held between the Army and Air Guard. The exercise simulated a massive weather event with lost power and communications. Soldiers and airmen worked together to help the citizens of our great state.
We continue to honor many Guard traditions like the annual prayer breakfast, which has been a success for over 30 years. We hosted the second annual Chambers Cup 3-gun marksmanship match where teams of 4 compete, firing 3 different weapons.
As we welcomed spring, the Army National Guard saw off the soldiers of Detachment 7, Operational Support Airlift Agency, who departed for the Horn of Africa. At the same time, the Air National Guard welcomed home 50 airmen from the 142nd Air Medical Evacuation Squadron and the 166th Civil Engineer Squadron, who had been on 6 months deployments in Southwest Asia.
Each year, the Delaware National Guard selects the Soldier and Airman of the Year. The Outstanding Airmen of the Year were celebrated at the Enlisted Recognition Banquet. They were Senior Master Sergeant Brian Krams, Master Sergeant Heather Kennard, Staff Sergeant Zachary Klein, Master Sergeant Thomas Dennis, and Master Sergeant Jeff Longfellow. Following the Army's Best Warrior competition, Specialist Hunter Exeline Starr and Sergeant Julian Skinner were named Soldier and NCO of the Year. The Army also awarded the Captain Robert Kirkwood Award to Captain Trib Singh, the Joint Force Headquarters Detachment Commander.
While the children of the Delaware National Guard were busy celebrating the month of the military child, we were busy inducting the newest class of honorary commanders. Congratulations to Dr. Mark Brainerd, Mr. Mark Aiken, Mr. Skip Panella, Senator Nicole Poore, Mayor Ken Branner, Miss Audrey Van Leuven, Mr. Bob Hara, Mr. Steve Masterson, Mayor Jack Gordon, Chief Larry Tan, and Miss Catherine Weaver.
These honorary commanders were not the only ones being recognized. We graduated 11 soldiers and airmen from the Delaware Leadership Academy. Upon completion of 6 modules, students have 18 credit hours to use towards a master's degree.
It was a banner day for the Air Guard when a quiet came over the base and simultaneously 24 props of 6 C-130 Hercules airships enveloped the silence in an impressive show of force.
Another impressive show of force was all the soldiers and airmen who made their way to the Dover Downs Hotel and Casino for the military ball. Another year of record attendance, food, fun, and dancing.
As people headed for the beach, many gathered at the Bethany Beach training site to cut the ribbon on the regional training site's 15,000 square foot state-of-the-art training center. While everyone was there, we also inducted the newest members of the Hall of Fame. The class of 2015 includes Colonel Retired Norbert Gladnick, Chief Warrant Officer 5 Retired Charles Hawker-Smith, Chief Warrant Officer 4 Retired Edwin Clinton, Master Sergeant Retired George Mayer, and Sergeant First Class Retired Mary Spate.
While the Army Guard was inducting, the Air Guard was introducing. A new wing commander, that is. Colonel Don Beavis took over as the 166th Airlift Wing Commander from Colonel Mike Feely.
Over the summer, news came that 3 airmen from the Delaware Air National Guard would be headed to the Air Force Academy in the fall. We look forward to seeing great things from Sharon Dominguez, Luke McFadden, and Ryan Weber.
We all know the summer months bring fun events. Soldiers and airmen hit the streets to celebrate Memorial Day, support NASCAR, and ring in the 4th of July. Our National Guard youth got a week of fun and friends at Camp Caldwell.
The celebrating continues as we descended on Fort Christina to celebrate the 360th birthday of our Delaware National Guard. The celebration went off without a hitch and was by far the best one ever. A who's who of Delaware attended, along with flyovers, water cannons, and a 21-gun salute.
As we bid farewell to summer, we also formally bid farewell to over 300 airmen who would deploy to a hot, sandy environment through the end of the year. Soldiers and airmen of the Delaware National Guard continue to train throughout the year. The Counter-Drug Task Force trained not only Delaware soldiers and airmen, but those from several other states on the ion scan machine. They continued their outreach as they welcomed members of the media into their firearms training system. Members of Food Services held a workshop where they entertained a friendly competition against each other, honing their existing skills and picking up a few new ones. The 31st Civil Support Team was honing their skills as they conducted an exercise with Army North, and soldiers and airmen competed against each other in the 57th Annual Adjutant General's Marksmanship Match.
The Army and Air wound down the year recognizing their newest camp honorees. This year, the 166th Airlift Wing named the late Colonel Dave Byerly as their honoree. Byerly's name is stenciled on a C-130 that will fly all over the world throughout the next year. The Army honor went to Chief Warrant Officer 5 Retired Lyndon Boyer. Chief Boyer's name is on the sign at the entrance of the Bethany Beach training site.
The Air Guard had plenty to celebrate into the fall. Tech Sergeant Aaron Weber received a Bronze Star for meritorious achievement for his action against the enemy in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, and the 142nd Airlift Squadron was named Air Mobility Command's top C-130 unit for fuel efficiency. If that wasn't enough, they saw a change in their enlisted leadership. Chief Master Sergeant Patty Ann Ottinger took over as the Delaware State Command Chief from Chief Master Sergeant Steve Stinsky.
Congratulations also go out to the Army's newest second lieutenants. OCS Class 58 saw the commissioning of Joseph Bryant, Wendy Calloway, Brendan Mackey, James Willey, and Amanda Wilson.
Not only did the Army Guard get new second lieutenants, they also got a new general officer. Congratulations to Mike Berry, our newest brigadier general. Soldiers and airmen came out in a show of force for the various Veterans Day events across the state. Many participated in a welcome home parade and a monument dedication for all who served in the Middle East conflicts.
As 2015 came to a close, we celebrated as we always do, with the greatest band in the land, the 287th Army Band. The holiday spirit was in the air as donations from concert goers helped fight the war on hunger. This year, we donated over 35,000 pounds of food to the Food Bank of Delaware.
While 2015 was filled with great accomplishments, we must also pay tribute. This year, we lost too many soldiers and airmen. Their unexpected passing was hard on all of us, and we take a moment to remember them. First Sergeant Mitch McKinney, Specialist Jonathan Shaw, Major Bo Biden, Sergeant Chris Connors, Staff Sergeant Joanne Kirkin, and Private First Class Thayla Crawford.
The Delaware National Guard continues to have soldiers and airmen deployed around the world and in readiness centers across the state. Whether it's serving our nation or our communities, you can rest assured the Delaware National Guard is truly a ready, reliable, and relevant hometown force.